On this episode of the Black Boss Ladies platform,
we wanted to give you guys kind of a behind the scenes view of the BBL platform.
We've interviewed judges, people that have taken the Mouse House, project managers, HRs, developers. Like the things the women are doing is just like, oh my God, like everybody is really a boss in their own lane.
Yes.
Like hearing from other women, like, yeah, I'm doing amazing things, but it has been hard.
Yeah.
Was a good, like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
welcome to the Black Boss Ladies platform, the place where legacies live.
Welcome to the Black Boss Ladies platform. I'm Tiffany Lee, and
I'm Julia Myers.
yes, and we are your hosts for the Black Boss Ladies platform podcast,
AKA BBL.
BBL platform, baby. Okay, so today, as you can see, it's a little bit different. It's a more laid back environment. We wanted to give you guys kind of a behind the scenes view of the BBL platform.
Yeah, and give you a reason kind of why it was started, the vision behind it. And then we just wrapped up our season 1, a year of episodes, and started filming some seasons 2 episodes. And we want to just give you an idea of what it's been like doing this journey.
Yes, because it's been a little crazy.
It's been a journey.
Yeah, so the BBL platform was an idea that I came up with, and essentially after the pandemic, then everybody was talking about the Great Resignation and people leaving their jobs and everything. They're trying to find their purpose. So I was thinking like, oh, the Black Boss Ladies platform, right? And I was like, this show can be about trying to help lead Black women on their journey to their purpose, essentially. That was the idea behind it. We were thinking that our core audience might be between 30 and 50 years old. That was my idea at that time. If you're younger than that or older than that, hey, thank you for coming on this journey with us, and you are just as important. But that's how we started out. So I was thinking I'm a little bit towards that 50, so I'm 49. And then I was thinking, okay, I need a 30-something to kind of bring in that side.
Almost on the 30s.
Yeah. I need a 30-something.
That's 30-something.
I kept thinking about, who would be best. I talked to a few people, and then it just struck me, I have an exceptional niece.
Stop it.
Oh, yeah, listen, this is a Black Boss lady for real. I have an exceptional niece, and who would be better to come on this show than Julia Myers? And as you can see, her interviewing skills, she's like Oprah Jr. So I am so happy to go on this journey with Julia.
Yeah, it's been crazy because when you asked me to do it, like, y'all all know I just had a little baby and turned my whole life upside down. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. We should do it through Zoom. Because we don't live in the same city.
No.
I'm in Chicago. She is in St. Louis.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, that'd be dope. We could do it through Zoom. She's like, no, I want to do it in person. So now I have to commit to like all the 1,000 of the things I have going on. But I knew I had just taken a marketing training, which I'm always doing in some kind of capacity to just learn something new. And the guy was like, you should launch like a podcast. You should not worry about being great at it. You should just be more like just committed to it if it take you 5 years. So don't worry about how many views you got. Don't worry about any of those things. Just commit to it. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I could do that. But I knew that like I probably wouldn't commit to it, Yeah, so when you called, I'm like, she gonna make me commit to it. Like if I would have did something by myself, I probably would have started. I would have stopped. I would have started. I would have stopped it. But like, and even the challenges of managing the schedule and getting people to come on the show, which I absolutely hate. Okay, if you ask me what I hate the most about this, is begging people, not begging people, but like tracking people down to come. Like that's a challenge because sometimes people have really great intentions and they want to do it, but we're interviewing Black boss ladies, so they're not just available doing real things. So that was one of the challenges, but I think it was just divine timing when you made the phone call and that training ending, because I by committing to my aunt, I'm going to show up. It's accountability.
Yeah, right? And I think that we have helped each other through that whole process, because this has been a lot. You know, I do a lot of the heavy lifting behind the scenes as trying to get those people onto the show, making sure
staying in contact with them, emailing them, all that confirmation. Like I don't like that's all her, and I would have never been able to do like any of that. Because I just like, even in my business, like follow up, the systems are in place, so I don't have to do it as much. But like the goal is always in the follow up. So that heavy lifting behind the scenes, that's all her like that.
And she had the heavy lifting up front, baby, which is great. And I think it's a great play too sometimes, because a lot of times we don't think about who we are, interviewing with. I think sometimes, I think the fact that we have a good relationship helps. Like, I don't mind if she takes a lead. Sometimes I'm like, okay, let me get one.
Yeah, and I'd be like, I need to shut up. I do. I'd be telling myself, shut up.
Right, but I don't mind it, because I'm more of a listener.
Yeah.
Right. So I like to listen, but she gets in there and really digs and gets the people to talking. So I'll interject if I think it's something that's important or whatever may have you. And I think that we work well in that space.
Capacity. Yeah. I also think with our relationship, because I've done things like this with other women that's like my age, or that, and a lot of times there's a lot of ego in things. And I think here there's just really no ego. Like this is my aunt, my mom's sister, and I recognize her brilliance. Like, and I've taken so many things from her, going to college and doing things like that. I always say, you guys never set me down to tell me to buy real estate, but I saw what you were doing, and I was like, man, I think I'm supposed to be doing something like that, So being an example, I've taken a lot. So when we work together, there's no ego. Like, there's no like, I need to be this person or I need to be that. What you see a lot of times when people are doing things like this together.
Yeah, and on a different note, but it's kind of some of the things. So like when we were talking to people, trying to get people to interview, like that ego thing, you want to present this front, right? So a lot of people didn't even know that we were aunt and niece, right? Because it's like my partner. You want to keep it professional. It sounds very different than my niece or my aunt, but it comes out, right? Just in the genuine conversation. And Julia, and I've referred to her a few times as Shay. Black folks know we got some nicknames. Okay, that's part of being black, right? So, and she said on the show before, Auntie. Like, yes.
I mean,
no, that's fine. And it's so interesting too, because the other day she sent me an email, and at the top it said Tiffany. I'm like, wait a minute, who are you talking to?
That's funny.
But it is really interesting, though, and I think that we have a great dynamic, and we have told people, ultimately we began the season as this is my partner, but as it has gone on, it's like, no, this is my niece. We are partners, but we are also kin, and people don't see it any differently, right? It's still the same mission, it's still the same goals. We're still doing the same thing. It doesn't matter that we're actually some kin of one another.
Yeah. So, Auntie, let me ask you this: what's been one of the, what have you taken away from this season? Like,
you know what? I'm going to say, so, the initial goal that we talked about, the goal was to help other Black women on their journey to success, right? I have learned so much. I have learned so much, and I have said as much in the interviews, like, oh, thank you for, giving that to me. as an instructor, I come from an educational background. I'm a communication instructor, so I'm teaching on here, right? We're teaching this audience, but it's like these women that have come on the show have just been so exceptional and so open and so willing to share their journey that I have grown throughout this season, and I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Yeah. It's like when you set out to do something, the seeds you plant always come back to you, right? So while we're trying to help the audience grow, we have no point but to grow too. Like we've interviewed judges, people that have taken the Mouse House, project managers, HRs, developers. Like the things the women are doing is just like, oh my God, like everybody is really a boss in their own lane.
Yes.
Right? So, and God says you give you dominion over your thing. Like this your thing, and these women have truly gone into those spaces and dominated. And I think one of the things for me has been their ability to be vulnerable in those spaces and say, yeah, but this was hard.
Yes.
This was hard, right? And sometimes deal with impostor syndrome and like talking to them just lets me know, man, I'm not alone. Like, because I be trying to do some stuff too, and you don't feel like, who am I to do it?
Right.
Or like, this is hard. Like, this supposed to be this hard. And when you talk to all these women, it's like, yeah, it's hard. It's gonna be hard.
I've been in situations where, I mean, it is crazy, but I've been in situations where I have questioned myself, is this real?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about interviewing them. I'm talking about with my journey. It's like, okay, I'm saying I'm doing this, and this, that, but is this real?
Yeah, like, is this,
like, yeah, it's like, I don't even know. Like, and a lot of times I think when we're going to a place that it hasn't, you always talk about this, where it starts here and your trajectory is here or whatever. And I think that sometimes when you're in that starting place, it's kind of easy to question, is this real, right? It becomes more and more real as you continue along that journey.
So, and again, I'm always taking something. And this week I was listening to this guy, and he talks about like the different levels of value. And as something like when you're on your journey and you're an entrepreneur and you're seeing a vision and you're trying to make like the disruption supposed to happen, because you're literally going into the quote unquote void, like the spiritual realm, and you're bringing and birthing something forward. So it has to go through like that level of disruption, because you're taking some non-physical and you making it physical.
Right.
So it's traveling through different dimensions, and you being that vessel to make it happen, it's gonna be painful. Right? And I think back to like childbirth and growing a human. You're taking it from the void, the over here, and you're growing it to development. So it's going to have those growing pains. And if I could just be honest with you, the shit hurts just like child labor. Like it hurts. So that pain and creating and developing that vision, it have you questioning yourself.
Yeah.
But hearing from other women, like, yeah, I'm doing amazing things, but it has been hard. Was a good, like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea too, and the fact that it's just like so many different things. That's one of the things about it. I think when we first started talking about the show, we were thinking about who are we going to bring on, and we kept opening up that field, because just like you said, everybody's journey is different. Where they're going is different, and everybody has their different pain points on that journey, right? So we've interviewed some people in the same field, but their stories are totally different. And their end points were totally different as well.
That is
so
very true.
I think that was just important, and say this too. And this may be a little bit off of what we're talking about, but I think that it's important that one of the things in the emails that I send out says that, we want successful Black women, and you have reached a point within your career, and you may still be on that journey,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I say that in there because I think that that's important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are milestones, right? And success looks different at every different level. You don't have to be rich to be successful.
That is very true. Right? Because I really don't think the more I understand like God, His plans and everything, it's not for everybody to probably be a millionaire. And success is defined by the individual, right?
Right.
So they're going to create what that vision looks like for them. And success looks different from every single person. But when we're interviewing these women, they're saying, you know, you will hear a lot, I thought I was supposed to be doing this. I thought this what it was supposed to look like. And it didn't. And then I end up here and I feel good. And I like it. And I love it. And this feels good to me. And now I feel successful. Right.
And you found your purpose. Right. You found the place where you're supposed to be. And it may have ended. You may have come there by leaving a job where you were making more money.
Yeah, we've had that before. But they gained so much freedom.
They gained
so much freedom.
And a sense of purpose.
Which is what you hear a lot, purpose-driven life. Like I'm doing this for a purpose because you have people. I just did a video not too long ago on social media, and it was like, don't get caught up in riches, because riches, even the Bible tell you, could fool you, right? But wealth is something different, and wealth is spiritual, and it comes from a different level, and it manifests in different ways. Some people have a wealth of physical health, and that looks amazing to them, right? That's wealth. Some people
Steve
have
Jobs probably wanted that.
Exactly. At the end, you want that, right? You know what I'm saying? But and one is not saying quote unquote better than the other, or that if you have, but it's like what that wealth for that individual right here looks like is probably totally different for what wealth to this individual look like. And we can't just always look at the dollar signs of what it looks like.
Exactly. I mean, especially if you're working in the community, right? Especially if you're working in the community. If you are changing lives within the community on a regular basis, we all know that most community workers don't bring in any money, right? However, they have wealth. They're building wealth within the community, right? They are changing lives every day. Most of the time, that's why people want to get rich.
Exactly.
Right?
To change lives, right?
Exactly.
And then we see people that their title, we've met a lot of women that while their title doesn't make them money, they've taken that money and bought real estate and did stuff on the side to be able to say, right? We've met with them that's like, yo, I had to walk away from this toxic job where I was like, this doesn't align with my core values, and I was able to do that because we own property. And we still have income. That's a level of freedom too.
Yes,
right?
Definitely.
So these women have come on here just from all different walks of life. We have women that realized, like, during their journey, they had to get a divorce. And then while they thought that was going to break them, it made them even stronger.
It made them stronger and standing in who they were, right?
Instead of behind what the world wanted them to look like and be like.
What they were supposed
to be.
So I think that's been a great thing. Some of the hardships has been what Julia said about following up with the people, trying to find people. Part of it goes back to, like she was saying, as far as people's schedules, but it also goes back to our schedules, right? Because we're traveling. We're traveling back and forth, St. Louis to Chicago to film. So a lot of times we'll film several episodes within
one weekend.
One day.
And that means I got to get somebody to watch my baby. Because he can't be nowhere in the space. Because y'all hear him all on the back camera. So having that support system in, because right now this podcast, I feel like it's something that God has us doing. It's not producing any money, right?
No.
And not at all. But it's costing us money.
It costs us money.
Right? So, but we're still doing it. We're showing up. But in just knowing, like, that's another resource that we're pouring to something.
Let me add this if you don't mind. Like she said, well, they said take 5 years. Don't worry about the views. We worry about the views, people. We're over here looking for the views. Like, you can't run a business and be a business person without thinking about.
I think he was
how
more
many
talking
views,
about like people get caught up in like what I look like on camera.
Okay.
Like, do I sound good? He's like, you're gonna be terrible probably the first couple years.
Yeah.
Just stick to it, you know, in that kind of capacity.
Yeah.
But we are looking for views, which is opening us up to another space of learning what is YouTube and analytics, which again, that's gonna be my auntie, because she like, do you see what this say?
Right.
No, girl, what? This
I'm
bitch
reviewing the
analytics.
analytics.
I'm
Julie's
like,
supposed to be our marketing manager. And I'm like, Julia, open up the analytics.
the analytics. I just put out stuff on my own social media. I look up like, oh, I got 500 people looking at me. I don't even think nothing about it. I just keep on going, talking. But now when you're trying to grow a channel and do that stuff, you gotta look at that. And she like, no. And she like, these people came from somewhere. Where was they at before they got to?
Yes, exactly. Those are all the things that you have to consider. But
right?
See, I have a little know-how because, like I said, well, my master's is in communications, but I've also taken some social media marketing classes. I've done social media for a few different organizations. I've been over communications technology. So I've learned a little bit. However, what I have learned is not been dealing with YouTube. So this is a whole different world.
It is a different world.
So, you know, you can apply some of those things, but we're learning. Well, both of us are reading
books on it. Like, I'm trying to
watching
look at the
videos.
I was gonna say, like, well, he said we need to do this. He said we need to do that.
Right.
Make the face big and look at the thing. You know, do this hook, do that.
Yes.
You know, it's been a journey. Like, it's been a journey.
It's been a lot.
But we're still here. We're still interviewing. We already got people lined up. We filmed this weekend for season 2. We're gonna be doing more. So we still trucking along.
Yes.
And again, the women that have shown up, I just been blown away. Like. You know, they really come out and talk to us.
They have come out and talk to us. But listen, for every woman we've gotten on here, we've talked about three or four women. Okay.
Yeah. And you want to know something? I'm be honest, some of them don't even get back to you.
No, some of them won't contact you back. Some of them are nice enough to basically try to say, you know, good things like, you know what? Well, not right now. They're basically saying,
or
you're not big enough for us.
Yeah, that's, no, I'm telling you, I've had people, they said it in the best way. So does this align with our vision?
Yes.
Or I had people I inboxed,
but
I
respect
that. Oh,
because
yeah,
everybody is running their business.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But we've done some, like, you know, we've had people, and I'm telling you, sometimes we'll contact people 2 weeks to a month before, and then, like she said, I'm following up with those people. I've had at least a couple people that same day, that same weekend that they were supposed to show up, and they're like, nope, won't be there.
Or same day.
Yeah, same day, same week. you know,
and you think people, but hey, that's the space you're in.
Yes.
It happens.
Yes.
And that's the part and this is probably where my ego come in at some right here, is because I'll be telling my auntie, I ain't chasing nobody. And she be like, no, it's not really chasing, you just following up. Well, I feel like I'm chasing them and I don't like the feeling. Right? They either know it or they don't, but I do get it because when people ask me to do things, I have every intention on doing it.
Yep.
But I'm doing bop, 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 bop. But if you follow up, if I say yes and you follow up with me, I'm going to do it. You just have to remind me. So I kind of be like, well, some people are probably the same way. They have intention. They want to do it. You just got to follow up with them. And so I got to put that ego aside sometimes. Yeah. But sometimes people leave me on red in their Instagram inbox.
So you know who you are.
Yeah. You know who you are. Y'all leave me on red. It's okay, because I even reached out to one girl. I was like, yeah, I know you left me on red, but I'm calling you anyway.
Say, maybe you didn't see that.
You know, because I know sometimes people see stuff and they keep going, you know. But I want you to know, I know you left me on red. So, anywho, it's been an amazing journey.
It has.
Because I always go back to, at the end of the day, the people that I'm supposed to connect with, God will get them here to sit in my seat. And that's what it boils down
Yeah,
to.
and we've had some great people, and I know you guys have seen us talk about, me being a Delta. Deltas have showed up and
They have
showed
showed
out
up for you.
us.
And some of them have even been like, some people are like, I know 3 or 4 people, you should contact them.
Exactly.
And we appreciate those people for that too.
And we welcome everyone.
Yes.
All of the Divine Nine that are women, okay? We welcome all of them. I might talk a little bit about your colors. We are all black boss ladies in the end. So I've one of the things about it is that I have enjoyed this journey too. It has had its own ups and downs, right? We talk about the pain points of having to come to Chicago the pain points
when I'm in St. Louis on Christmas break.
Christmas break. Or trying to find people during Christmas break. People like, do you know it's Christmas?
Do you know it's Christmas? We do, I know, but we just need 1 hour.
We need to add that in there. And so one of the things, so we do this in this setting, but that initially, like we do it in a home setting, but that was not initially the plan. So we had studio reserved and everything in St. Louis to do our initial interviews. And then it was around Christmas. It was about 2 or 3 degrees below zero. We had snow. And the studio was closed.
Closed now.
So Julia says, well, I think your house would be good enough for the. I was like, my house.
Her house is amazing. It's the orange. It's
thank you.
Don't walk on the carpet with the white though.
Right. The white carpet. Well, I let the people on the show. I just don't let the family do it during the holiday. So that ended up being, to me, one of those points where it was like, we improvised, but it turned out to be a really great thing because it feels more homey.
It does.
Like it feels more like we're connecting. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's here or then this background is in Chicago. It feels more like I don't know, like it feels more personable. Yeah.
I agree. And when she came with the idea, I was like, oh, I got some old equipment too that I put together when I used to do videos.
Yes.
So we've been using my equipment from when I used to be showing up on social media with the lighting and the cameras. And my husband is the cameraman.
Yes.
Shout out to Ricky Myers.
Shout out to Ricky.
Using that talent. So like when you start a journey, people will be like, I need to get this, I need to get that, I need to get that. And sometimes you just got to start with what you got.
Yep.
You just got to start with what you got. And as you go, you'll get more. We end up buying another camera, end up buying another mic. So we didn't start with that. And I just think we'll continue to add things to the
We're going to continue to work on our editing. Okay.
Yeah, so if anybody know anybody that want to give out some free services for editing, please let us know because we need editors.
This is a full service thing. Like we doing everything. We doing the editing. We got the family taping. We got, we doing the whole journey. While we also are black boss ladies in our own respective things. So I'm a communications instructor. I write on Black history. We own real estate. Julia, she is a trainer.
Corporate trainer.
She's real
estate coach.
Yes.
Me and my husband was doing finishing our property, trying to do that. Again, the biggest challenge in my whole life ever was having Maverick and Mav, so balancing all that and still with some and my auntie having patience for me because she's like, when are you supposed to be doing this? When are you supposed to do that?
Look, sometimes I do have to. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna let Julia. I know Julia has a lot of stuff going on.
She gave me a lot of grace.
Yeah, I do. But I also know that she's a great asset to the show, and also I have more time. to deal with certain things that she does. But we are looking for some editors.
Yes.
Look, if you
Help
just want
us.
to put your name on it.
If you a student out there and you
Right.
see the vision,
Right.
like contact us so you can help us edit these videos.
Yes, yes. And we will pay something, right? Like we
a
making
donation.
nothing.
We got
but
some
we
beer
will.
money.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Some beer money.
piece of money,
Beer
things of that
piece of
nature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm trying to think of what's else been interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's been more that has been interesting. Where Angela coming and helping us with.
Oh
some
yeah, my
social
friend
media.
Angela. I
Yeah.
will use my friend's talents a lot. I
Mhm.
will. She came one show and did some behind the scenes clips for us, and that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Like we recruiting everybody.
Yes.
To do
yes.
everything.
And Drew, the film lord,
film-
he
yes.
came in
So-
and helped us with our
Yeah, with the camera, he helped my husband. My aunt met this guy. Auntie, what do Drew do a lot?
Drew Brown. He is he does commercials. He does documentaries.
He works with some of the rappers. He's
Worked with doing the concerts and
Yeah.
different stuff like that, filming concerts. And I just asked him, hey Drew, would you be willing to come in and just for the podcast give him a few tips on the camera angles, lighting, and so forth. And Drew showed up for us.
He did. He did in
so.
St. Louis and gave my husband some tips and pointers on that. So we are very appreciative. Of
Yeah,
that.
and then Donna Brooks Sanders.
Yeah, Donna Brooks. That's the one.
My friend.
She
and
could be
so-
our staffing.
Yeah,
people.
Donna has referred so many people to the show. It's like, thank you, Donna. And that's one of the things that I do want to say to people too. Is like oftentimes people will show up unexpectedly. Like I have had people that I would think would show up and that didn't. And then other people who, they have no idea who you are.
Show up.
And then they show up. And, and keep your reputation right.
Yes.
Because, I've had people walk into the door that I invited on, and I'm thinking that they're coming on because of someone else referred them. It's like, oh no, I researched you. It's like, oh really now?
Right.
It's like, oh okay, well come on in then. You know what I'm saying? So people will show up, and it's not always the people who are closest to you, because a lot of times they can't see the vision.
They can't, and that's why I try to tell people, because I remember when I first started on like entrepreneur trying to do stuff, it's like, oh, why don't people support me? Well, the reality of the situation is that sometimes they're just not your target market. And as a business owner, you have to realize, what is your target market? Who would be the best person for this product or this service that you're selling? And sometimes the people closest to you aren't that target market.
That's true.
While we want them to do things and say, hey, do this or share that. Like my husband told me one time, babe, you do a lot. So everybody don't know what you be doing, because you be doing a whole lot of stuff. So you have to respect that. And then I just release the expectation that they have to. And when you release the expectation that the people next to you are supposed to do something, the ones that will, and the ones that won't, they won't. But they may support in a different type of capacity.
That does happen. And that takes a level of maturity that I'm still trying to get. And that's so true, because sometimes I'll be like, okay. But hey, the only person that is really upset about that is you. It's not really hurting the other person.
They ain't even thought nothing else about it. They
haven't.
I'm pretty sure some of my closest friends I know they probably watched one episode, but they probably ain't really watched a lot of it, which is fine, because it's I always want to reach the people that I'm supposed to be reaching. And most of the time it's not going to people that's the closest to you.
Right, exactly. That's true. And I do hope that people will get what we have been getting out of the show. I mean, that's one of the biggest things, because I feel like I have grown so much just listening to all of the people and everything. So I think once we fully get hit in on, once Julia actually learns about the analytics. No, we just hone in on
what's
our
happening
audience.
behind the scenes and understanding the technology of it. I really can see that this can get bigger, which goes into my next question. What do you expect? What's your expectations for season 2?
I don't know. I really don't know. I can't say that because I was thinking at one time, I was like, you know what? This season needs to be all about CEOs. Season 2 needs to be all about CEOs. And I guess from our interviews that we've done this time, they have been thus far. However, I don't ever, like I said, want to close that door because you don't have to be a CEO to be successful.
You do not.
So, what I would like to do, what I would like to see from season 2 is just continue to expand our learning capabilities, expand the information that we're sharing. And I don't know if this will ever happen, but I was sitting here and I was listening to the people that we interviewed today, and I was thinking, this almost seems like this needs to be a seminar. Like we need to bring these women in for a seminar to educate the community. Like just do an event, a Black Boss Ladies platform event where we bring these women in to actually educate a captive audience.
That would be dope. I think that's good.
Now that's just a thought that came to me today.
Okay, because that's
a whole nother thing.
But that's putting a vision. That's casting a vision out there. So that's dope. I think for me, I would like to see this be able to generate business for the people that have shown up.
Oh,
so
definitely.
In some kind of way, be able to start running ads or getting an audience or, pouring back into those people that did give them their time. How can we send them business in some kind of capacity?
I agree with that. I think that you're right because when I think about that, I think about these people are donating their time.
We didn't pay them, y'all.
We didn't pay them.
We ain't got no money to pay nobody.
No, we don't. And so they're donating their time, and I mean. I would like to think that they're not just donating their time to us, right? They're donating their time to you as well. And so I would like to see that come back to them because
some kind of way.
Most of the people, like I said, most of the people that have come on here, it hasn't been about us. Like the closest people to me is like, I'm still waiting, Soros.
Right, yeah, no.
So it's people that see the vision and they're like, I want to help Black women on their journey to success. And they come on and like, I love that idea. I want to share what I know with the audience. And so, yes, for that to pay back to them, it would be great.
And I guess I'm going to cast that vision out there that God will give it this platform an opportunity to sow back into those women's lives. Because they deserve. They sow the seed here. And I believe when you sow seeds, you will reap a harvest, whether it's today or 5 or 10 years from now.
I would agree with that.
So that's my vision for season 2.
I would agree with that.
And having people, hit me back without having to beg.
You know what? That would be nice. And one other thing, if you know a Black Boss Lady, right, that should be on the show, our email is information@theBBLplatform.com. Okay? Information@theBBLplatform.com. I would just like to have more and more people on here with the expansive views, more information to be able to just enrich our audience. I guess that's my overall view of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what same here. To just to be a light when you in a dark place, or not even in a dark place, because sometimes you can be in a great place and just trying to elevate to another space.
Yeah.
So just be in that place where people can go and hear a story, like my aunt said, that can help them expand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I would like to say though, I'm proud of the vision of this show, and and because the reason why I'm so proud of it is mainly because it's one of the things that a lot of people that have come on the show talked about. It's about being of service, right?
Yeah, service.
And ultimately, we spending money, we ain't made none. So it's not about how much money we can bring in. That's not what I'm proud of. What I'm proud of is being able to just come on this platform and share this information with the people. I'm proud of the fact that we have like-minded Black women who have donated their time to help people share in a vision. I mean, like, I just, that's what I'm so proud of, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm really proud of.
I'm proud that I'm still here.
Wait a minute. Sometimes I'm proud that I'm still here, right?
And still doing it. So,
Yeah.
and I'm proud. I just got a shout out. I'm proud of my husband for filming this and
Helping us out.
And helping us out, because again, that's charity for us too.
Yes.
Baby.
Right.
I give him an extra hug or kiss or something.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
That's about it. So yeah. So if you're sitting here, season 2 is going to be amazing. We're season 2 is January? Right?
Yeah, we
January.
January.
Because the first season started in February.
Yep.
Yeah, so the next episode, and you can go and check out the old episodes. They're still there. You can look at them on YouTube. You can listen to them on your favorite podcast place, Apple,
iHeart Radio,
yep.
Also Amazon. Yep. Available in all those spaces. And thank you for joining us this year. And sometimes, the way the internet works, you may be joining us 5 years from now.
That is very true, because it could be, yeah. So we are in year 2023.
Right, exactly. This is the first year of the BBL platform.
So thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right.
Thank you for joining us on the BBL Platform Podcast, the place where legacies live. We hope you will join us on our next inspirational journey to success. Be sure to rate, like, and subscribe to our show. For more information, please visit our website at theBBLplatform.com.